Oh, sorry. And the second best. So we have some folks joining us online. Thank you for being here, folks. And so this is going to be pretty informal. We just want to start out with, obviously, a little bit of mic time for people to share about their experiences with Justin's ministry here at St. Luke's over the past few years. And I'll also kind of talk at the end. I just want to reiterate something, and that is our unbelievable gratitude for the Yon family and how much we wish them well. And we're thankful for their time here and really setting us on a path for success for what's to come. So I'm not going to get too much into it right now, other than I'm going to turn it over to our first speaker. Actually, the Morleys are going to come up and they're going to say a few words. And then because of the folks online, we'll pass the mic around. Please speak into the microphone so they can be sure to hear everything that's going on. So I'm going to turn it over to the Morleys.
Thank you. Well, we have just a couple brief comments.
As you pull a piece of paper out.
Yeah.
You need to scoot over.
Oh, all right,
Be
sorry.
right here so we can.
Now my two.
Now I'm looking even shorter.
It's got to be near this one. Here you go.
So just a couple quick stories. I was helping out with the landscaping committee's project a couple springs ago, and we're getting all ready for the work that morning, and a big, backhoe gets delivered, and this backhoe comes and gets delivered to the project site, and so I'm kind of looking at this thing thinking, golly, I wonder who in this parish is going to operate this backhoe, and who's going to get hurt in this process, Anyway, so much to my surprise, a little bit later that morning, I turn around and Justin comes out. He's got his blue jeans on, his hard hat, his glasses, and he hops into that thing and starts cranking away, working on the backhoe. So I didn't realize, how versatile Justin was and all of his skills and everything. So that was fun. And then I guess actually before that project, we were at a Mosul's men's retreat, and we were all down at the archery range, getting warmed up to shoot archery, and we all go out there and we're shooting, and arrows are kind of missing the targets and flying everywhere, and then Justin comes up and picks up the bow and, thunk, 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 they're all hitting the target, and, it's like, oh my God, anyway, so, so that was fun. I was like very impressed with Justin's abilities to hit that target.
That's called South Georgia.
Yes.
That's just part of our training, right? Learn how to operate a backhoe, excavator, bulldozer, and then shoot bows and arrows.
Yeah. And then the next thing I wanted to mention in Justin's versatility is he's a pretty good chef, and one of his fortes is veal marsala, and so one evening we had planned to have the Yons over to the house to eat dinner, and they were going to bring veal marsala, and we'd swim and eat dinner. Well, we got there, and the salad was there, and the bread was there, but there was no veal marsala. We're like, oh no. Anyway, so
Love you at the house.
Turns out the veal marsala was still in the kitchen at the Yon's house. So, but no problem at all. We had a great swim, had a great evening, and then we piled into the car and drove back to the Yon's house and had a wonderful veal marsala dinner. So it was, but he's a great cook, an excellent cook. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention we've had an opportunity to go out on Lake Travis with the Yons and spend a little time on the ski boat and things, and we soon learned that Lennox is an enthusiastic and fantastic skipper. So we were out on the boat driving, and Lennox is having a great time, and all of a sudden he looks down and he eyes this little red button on the dashboard of the boat. And he's kind of like looking at it like, what is that? And I'm like, well, that's the horn. Well, that became his most favorite part of the whole boat, was pushing that red button and beeping the horn all the way down the lake. So anyway, but we had a great great evening, or a great afternoon on the boat. It was a lot of fun. So, jumping kind of to spiritual matters, I just wanted to I guess thank Justin and Vanessa and kind of emphasizing for us to, and challenging us to live as Christ to the world through, Christian actions. I guess in the time that Justin's been here, I think that's one of the messages that I've heard, loud and clear is to live being a Christian and basically be the boots on the ground and the face of Christ in our community and the world. So I want to thank you for kind of bringing that message to me and to us as a community. So much appreciated. So anyway, I guess thank you for your energy, your ministry here, your commitment as a family, bringing your family here, being Austinites with us for a time. We've had a blast, and thank you very much for everything you've done. It's been great.
Thank you.
I just want to kind of quickly thank you for sharing your family with us. Also. Sorry, I wasn't going to do this.
Don't do that. Oh, no.
We've kind of been surrogate grandparents at times. They've let us practice, and now we're having a grandchild. So thank you for the practice. So
Y'all are going to be great. Y'all are awesome.
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. So with the water skiing, we're teaching. So Justin's a great wakeboarder, but he decided he wanted to learn to slalom, and it wasn't quite as successful as the wakeboarding. We need more practice.
Got good sinus to clean out.
Yeah, his sinuses are all cleaned out. But every time he would wipe out, Lennox would say, "Daddy, all done."
How many more times?
How many more times? We probably heard that 30 times. And then Justin could barely get back on the boat. You're all done.
Well done.
Yeah. And Vanessa is not only a great friend, she's also my dermatologist, and she puts a big smile on her face when she zaps you. Just with that, because someone's been in the sun too much. And she's gotten me to wear sunscreen now. So, I know, thank you. But thank you for sharing your family with us and your ministry. And best of luck in Florida, and you're going to see us there.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to come up front. They can hear us on the microphone as long. They have to come up front. You have to come up front. Nancy says, and I'm learning this. I went to a staff meeting the other day, and I've learned I'm going to be really, really comfortable with Nancy says. Nancy says you have to come up front. So is there someone who would like to share another parting word or story or moment of gratitude?
Nancy says, touch your nose.
Come on, don't be shy. Out there. Come on, Patty.
Oh, don't do it.
Huh?
Don't cry.
I'm not going to cry. I mean,
I got to get through a second service, people.
yeah, I know. I practiced all yesterday, not crying. So
Good.
I wasn't very successful, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that was just a little aside, which is indicative of what I want to say about Justin. I haven't had all of the experiences that all of you had because we're all different people. But my experiences with Justin have been very personal and productive. I am in school right now to become a deacon in the Episcopal Church, and Justin has been an incredibly good mentor for that. He has very gently sometimes even like guided me to where I'm supposed to be or something, but just so much support and I don't know, I just can't think of all the words that I want to say, but I know he knows. He is very special and will always have a special place in my heart. And I'll stop there so we don't cry. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Thank you, Patty. Someone else? I see someone, anybody making a move to the front? Otherwise, I have to keep talking. Michael, come on up. I know you have something to say.
Thank you. So I am one of the newer people here, so I didn't get to see all of your ministry here. But in the time that I have been here, in the past 9 months, I have felt so welcome. And I was going through a lot of changes in my life in terms of moving to Austin, in terms of leaving an industry and going to a new one, and getting back to being part of a church, which I hadn't been for a very long time. And I felt incredibly welcomed by everyone here. My particular thing that stands out the most is I really, really enjoyed the church history talks that you were doing. They really fed the intellectual side of me, and I'm a lifelong student. Everyone knows that I loved college so much, I did it a few times at a few different places. But one of the things I studied in school, in graduate school, in business school, was leadership. And I think your leadership in the time that I've been here has been absolutely fantastic, and you've done everything with wisdom and intelligence and good humor, and that you have been a huge positive for me in my spiritual development and changing, and I think that you're going to continue that everywhere that you go. Thank you.
Hold on. I just want to make sure Vanessa soaks that one in a little bit.
We'll let her talk last. Morning.
Is it Lockheed? That's what I'm going to get to. Okay. I need to know how to pronounce it.
So I'm gonna miss. Yes. I'm gonna miss Sunday morning football, college football talks.
Go Dogs!
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. And what I grew my faith with you through your sermons, through your love, through your energy, through your jokes, and I'm gonna miss that the most. So I'd like to, and this just happened recently where I actually taught him something, and I feel really grand about that, right? So which is?
So tomorrow night I'm staying in a La Quinta.
It's La Quinta. La Quinta.
La
Okay, say it
Quinta.
one time, please. Get it right.
La Quinta!
There you go. Congrats. We will miss you guys.
I'm going to think about you in the La Quinta.
We have time for a few more. Anyone? Oh, Glenn.
La Quinta.
Glenn La Quinta Malort.
Forgive the mask, I'm trying to avoid the trend of the moment. But, I wanted to take a chance to tell you, obviously you've been a big part of my life the past few years. You've baptized me, and you and the St. Luke's community here have given me an opportunity to find my voice literally for God, and it's been quite a journey, and I love you for it, and thank you for playing that role in my life, and I hope I help you in your ministry.
You certainly have, Glenn. Thank you. Like I must say, just a compliment to Glenn. When I think about baptism and I think about what we do in our baptism vows, Glenn embodied every bit of that. He immediately jumped into the church, jumped into ministry, knew who the church was, and thank you for your musical leadership and for writing songs for this beautiful church. It's incredible. Thank you.
I've got a new one that I'd like to send to you. It was deemed a little too heavy for today, but I think you'll like it.
Yeah, and let's talk about that let me just address this real quick and then Brad can roast me. So one of the things is many of you are my Facebook friends and you'll see me. Diocesan policy says that we won't be in touch in a very direct way, but things like that are totally fine. You obviously know I'm going to St. Francis in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. If you email or you visit, that's totally fine. I just won't be meddling in the life of St. Luke's. That's what the diocese doesn't want me to do. But in terms of friendship, in terms of songs, in terms of stories, or in terms of you being in North Florida and you want to stop by and say hi and just want to give me a heads up that you're coming, all appropriate. What you won't see me acting is in anything related to your future, because like every good president, when you step down, you have to give space for the next thing to start. That's probably a bad metaphor. Like every good priest, you have to step down and let the next one come in. Save me. Go.
So you're done.
That's what he said.
Daddy's done. So the first thing I want to say is that, one of the most important things that I've taken from Justin is, sort of part of his catchphrase as he's been here, and that's encouraging us all to be the place that God happens for somebody else. And the fact that I can actually say those words in roughly the same order that you said them when you preached about it should tell you something. I'll also say that we should all believe that God puts people in our lives at exactly the right time. And I will explain that by saying some things about Justin that people don't know and don't see. So first of all, you should understand that for about the first year he was here, I was Justin's landlord.
True that.
Well, enough about that. Okay.
Let's move on.
That's okay. The sprinkler heads, the garage door, it's all okay. It's all good. It's all good.
The garage door was
I'm sure, Vanessa, I'm sure that he was at the root of it somehow.
For sure. Actually,
He was probably giving you the directions.
I didn't hit the button. You told me.
However, you should understand, Justin came to us at a time where suddenly we couldn't be in the space in our church. And we had to make this sudden pivot to where the only place we could attend church was online. And as the guy running the camera and the guy who put a bunch of that stuff together on fairly short notice, the one thing that you should really appreciate has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with the fact that Justin had an incredible ability to connect with people through the camera, just like you were there. I had just as many people talk to me about the fact that when Justin was preaching and when he was online, it was just like he was talking right to them. And everyone should understand that that's a gift. That does not, all you have to do is I want you to go to, pick 3 churches, any place in the Austin area, and go watch an online service, okay? And you will find that not everybody has that gift. And God clearly placed the right person in the right place at the right time for St. Luke's on the Lake. Aside from all the other things that you did when the camera wasn't pointed at you.
Let's not talk about this.
Okay, well, the last thing is I just have to tag on to what David said about the backhoe. And the part of the backhoe story that was not shared was the view of the treasurer of the church running across the parking lot to find out what the huge silver conduit was that had been nobody here from TxDOT or Austin Energy, right? Running across the parking lot to find out what big silver conduit had just been dug up out of the right-of-way with the backhoe. It was safely placed back. There were no power outages that we are aware of, or have been made aware of, or that you can actually tie us to.
And that's just an allegation that we dug up a pipe.
It was just a rumor. So thank you for your ministry, and thank you for your friendship, and for sharing your family with us. We love you, and we'll miss you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We're going to do a few presentations, and then we'll come back for comments at the end. I just want to make sure we have time to get through everything. One thing that I will tell you is, in my time working with Justin, and Justin being at St. Luke's, something he shares a lot, he talks about providence, and he's a big believer that God is with us and active and moving among us and creating opportunities for us to live into this journey that we're on. Part of that is I was thankful enough to be out of town the Sunday after Georgia won the national championship, so that's providential. I didn't have to hear any of that. But other than that,
We won.
yeah, I heard.
It was straight up butt whooping.
I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, we can disagree. So, Justin called and asked me to be on the vestry. And I said sure. I had passed on that opportunity previously because I was sort of going through a change in my job and it just wasn't a great time. And so that was providential for me because I had wanted to step up and serve in some capacity. And that was in September, October. And then my family went on vacation over the Christmas holidays. And I was sitting at the table with my mother-in-law at our vacation. And I said, you know, she's taught me about being on the vestry and are you excited? I said, I am. I said, I'm really looking forward to finding ways that I can support Justin in his vision for our community. And I said, I really want that to be my goal. I want to be active in really helping him build this vision. So we came back from vacation. And like the next day, the first day in my office, he calls me, he says, hey, can we go to Torchy's? And I was like, sure. And so he said, so I'm thinking, I really would like you to be senior warden. And my initial thought was, no. But then I remembered I had asked for this opportunity in a way to be really a meaningful partner with Justin. And so I said yes, and it's been a great year. I cannot say enough about how fortunate we have been to have him in this role at this time, like Brad said, to lead us through COVID. It has not been easy. A lot of no-win decisions. You can't make everybody happy. And I have to say that he did it with confidence, he did it with grace, and I believe he has set all of us on a path to fulfill his vision for St. Luke's. He's not leaving us and leaving the vision, he's turning it over to us. And so we have a great opportunity. So thank you to the entire Yon family. We have a few other gifts, but a round of applause for the whole family. We'll start with this one. Let me give that to you. Vanessa can open that one up.
Need another bin. Need another bin. Bin.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm on it. I got it.
So you can turn it around so folks can see. So Justin, our first digital priest, right? Most people know him digitally, almost more than in person. So we decided to get him a lookbook filled with pictures of his time here. Thank you to Barbara and Nancy, and I don't know who all played a role in this. Anne, thank you. Kim Hall. But hopefully
That's
that's...
what y'all are gonna remember about me right here. I never miss a chance to eat.
So something to take with him there. And then I'll give this one to Justin. No communion for you.
Somebody get Andy on the phone. Andy Doyle on the phone. Oh.
So a beautiful soul has our St. Luke's logo at the bottom. And thank you to Lene Wilsey. She couldn't be here today. She's not feeling well. But Lene embroidered that for you. And is she online? She wasn't feeling well at all. So thank you to Lene for her ministry and helping us do that. And then the last thing is we have been collecting a purse, and I just want to give you an idea. So we've been collecting a purse to support you all in your transition. And I'm really happy to say that as of today, we're at $6,000 and counting. I know. So we anticipate more donations today.
I'm gonna go buy a bin.
And in the memo, it says for Vanessa. So we'll bring it to your attention. So again, from the congregation, thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly filled with gratitude today and looking forward to the future. And I'm going to turn it over to Nancy for some staff comments.
Thank you, Darren. I want to thank everyone who's here today, both in person and online, for coming out to help us celebrate the ministry of Justin and Vanessa and your entire family. We're so grateful that you've been here, so grateful for you.
I am grateful.
And we're sad to see you go, but we know that you're going to do wonderful things in Florida. So I'm here to help present a couple of special gifts for you to remember your staff by. And Barbara, what's the order of events here?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Okay, so he has pretty much all of the St. Luke's swag that we give out. You know, we have the koozies from Luketoberfest, we have mugs, we have the history book. He has all that. But we're pretty sure he doesn't have some of the swag we're about to present. Jacob?
Oh, snap.
It is your very own personalized St. Luke's scooter. St. Luke's blue.
St. Luke's blue, St. Luke's stickers, all the things, and some special sunglasses.
I hope that's the Master Blaster 2000.
Wait for it. So only recently in the life of the staff at St. Luke's, I think just for us to be able to cope with what was about to happen, we started to engage in warfare in the office. Full on.
Safety goggles.
With safety goggles, well, we ordered those later. A few people were bruised, nobody bled. And so now that Justin is well equipped, thankfully, this is the final Sunday. But he can keep his new staff at St. Francis in the Field in line.
Wait, safety first.
Safety first.
Oh, thank you. I may have to delay my departure one day.
One day? Yeah, just to try it out?
Yeah, just try it out on y'all.
Okay, all right, great. Can't wait for this one.
Oh, it's nothing.
We can adjourn to
When
the
you
office.
when you
after
get
the
older,
blaster.
when you get older, we'll know what it is.
The next thing we want to do is show you a special video that we created. So you all know that at some point our digital priest decided to start doing what we call our Friday finales. If you open those up sometimes on Fridays and you get to see whatever it is that's on Justin's mind. And what we discovered is, it takes about a minute for him to kind of warm up and get his thoughts together. But while he's doing that, he has started giving us a countdown. So Barbara, I need you to come over here and tell us a little more about that, please. Barbara.
It's a deep
Barbara.
fake. All of this is a deep fake.
So, excuse me
Video
for a minute while I go
manipulation.
find this video so that I can show it in the room and online. And tell them more about why we do this.
Okay, this is the blooper reel? Yeah. Okay, we're calling it the blooper reel. When we started, first of all, you need to know that he can do a 2-minute video without rehearsal one time. Like, he will do it. When he does Friday finale, it is a one-shot deal. And he's got the 2-minute, he's got the 2-minute format down. Like, he's usually around 2:05, 2:10, 1:59. It's perfect, like, every time. But when we started, I had to post these, and I would have to cut the beginning of each video. So we had to start with a countdown. So the countdown just got weirder and weirder and weirder over the course of Friday finale. So we compiled them all so you could see it.
watching my figure. Oh, are you recording? Woo! 3, 2, 1. Watch that gut. Am I recording? Oh, has it just been recording us talking? Oh. 3, 2, 1. Hi, Brad. I'm like a bird, wanna fly away. Is it live? 3, 2, 1. I am so grateful for you, Nancy. I am so grateful, even though you're so mean. Three, 2, 1. I'm recording? Okay. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragdoll fan. 3, 2, 1. Do, 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 do. Oh, am I going? Oh, I'm on? 3, 2, Barbara. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Turn the epistle mic off, Nancy. Just kidding, Barbara. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Did you turn off the lectern mic? Are you ready? Are you recording? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Barbara, here's your Friday finale. Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Words and turn over to him.
Oh. She said, don't you dare hand me that microphone. I think, and I'll say more up there, but the really important thing I want you to hear me say is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is, I think it's fair to say this is bittersweet for us because unlike previous transitions for me, it wasn't this unsettling feeling per se. There was not some major conflict, or we had worked through some major conflict. Y'all are great. It was more just listening for something going on in my life and in my heart and in my spirit that I didn't even know was there. So, when I got that phone call and someone says to you, I just felt this nudge, I don't know why, to reach out to you the day after you and your wife talk about kind of intangibles but no sense that you were going to leave, just intangibles and how to figure out family and support and all those good things. Literally the day after that, you just don't know what to do with that. But what's blown my mind is your graciousness, your support, your love, your care. You've stepped in ways that I couldn't even imagine during a pandemic. And like I said, you've all been to church. In our reading today, you're going to hear that, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But you're just great, and the staff here is incredible, loving, wonderful, except for the blooper reel. We'll deal with that after the 10:15 service.
I just follow you.
I'm still the rector till I'm not.
That's true.
just saying, until I'm not. No, staff is awesome. This is such an incredible place, such a magical place. And I really want y'all to look around and look at that couch over there. Look at your young people all around this room. That's your church. That's your church. And young people, look at these folks. This is your church. St. Luke's, you've got to remember that. You are an intergenerational congregation. You're full of love and compassion and support. Those young people are going to depend upon you, sometimes more than we realize. I'm going to lump myself into that group. Sometimes when we're young, we don't realize how much we need our older peers. And you need them. You need them. You need to hear their leadership. You need to use them. You need to talk to them. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep loving each other. Keep supporting each other. Keep looking for ways to share the good news out in the world, because that's what makes you so special. And when Vanessa and I were sitting there 2.5 years ago wondering and praying about where we were called, and knew we were called to St. Luke's instead of going right back home to Atlanta, Georgia, we knew this was the place we were called to, and we were drawn into that love and that care and that support you have for one another. So you have a bright future. God has done incredible things here at St. Luke's, and will continue to do incredible things. So thank you for all that you've done to support our family, support my ministry, support your ministry, and to be the people of God here on this wonderful bluff in Austin, Texas. And you better believe after the year when we come back to Austin, we'll pop in and say hi, so you can actually meet Brooklyn. I know many of you have never seen her. She was born in a pandemic. And there she is. She's called the Destroyer. We love you and we wish you all the best, and you'll be in our prayers. And as I told Darren, who prior to his previous comments I would have said was a really good senior warden, now he's okay. I will help out in the ways that are appropriate in terms of talking to other clergy about this wonderful place, and that'll be my role. Going and then helping other clergy with their discernment on whether this is where they're called, because y'all are incredible. And I'm happy to do it and happy to continue to do that. And thank you. And God bless, and you'll be in my prayers, and we still have a service together, and we're going to sing some hymns, and we're going to keep our heads up, and we're going to love each other. Amen.
All right, I've got one more thing to do, and that is to close us out in a special prayer from the Book of Common Prayer, which I know way more about now than I did 2.5 years ago, because Justin puts me through my paces, and I put him through his because I mess the order up in the service about every 3 weeks. And he's always really gracious during the service, and then afterwards he tells me when I'm messed up. So I can fix it.
Now I
want to be
bad.
better.
I don't feel bad now.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
I don't either.
3, 2, 1.
All right. With that, here is a prayer for travelers. Let us pray. O God, our Heavenly Father, whose glory fills the whole creation, and whose presence we find wherever we go, preserve those who travel, especially Justin, Vanessa, Lennox, and Brooklyn. Surround them with your loving care, protect them from every danger, and bring them in safety to their journey's end. Through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. And with that, you'll see the sign in the front, right next to Joy Boy.
I did see Joy Boy. I love Joy Boy.
Happy trails, Yon family. We love you.
Thank you.
And there's a full 15 minutes for church, so I encourage everyone to get a piece of cake before they leave. Because there's a lot of cake back there.
Boston cream pie, you got to get some. Love that.
Funny thing about the cake.